Hi everyone, hope all of you are safe and healthy. This is Lopamudra Dev welcoming you all in LD's Academy. My today's session, I will not start with the motivational quote, but I thought of start today's session with some sort of awareness that I want to spread among all those who will be watching the video. As all of you are very much aware of the current situation that we are going through, since last year we all stuck inside our houses, we are not leading our normal life because of the pandemic situation, and which is becoming worse and worse day by day, and these all are nothing but the results of some inappropriate behavior of ourselves only. No one can be accused for that. Still, after facing so much, we still not uh, adapted the COVID appropriate behavior that can bring normalcy in our lives, that can bring control in the current situation. So, COVID 19 has brought huge destruction in all over the world. And if you look at the picture, you will find this is the smallest among the all waves that are coming if we do not uh, behave appropriately to deal with the environment. After COVID 19, you all know about recession, which is again a temporary economic decline, during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, and there is fall in the GDP of a nation or all over the world, which is again very adverse for everyone's life, which again lead to abnormality in everyone's life, which is again smaller. Our inappropriate behavior are bringing climatic change, which may lead the whole mankind or the living world to the verge of destruction. Our inappropriate behavior to deal with the biological environment, continuous destruction of forest, continuous cutting of trees, behaving inappropriately may bring climatic change, which is again worse than that of this recession and COVID. And then ultimately, if we our continuation of such inappropriate behavior may lead to biodiversity collapse. Then the living world will be completely lost from the earth. The we will all lead to destruction and extinct from the world. So we must acquire the appropriate behavior to deal with the environment and all its aspects, because all the aspects of environment are very integrated and interrelated. We are nothing but the products of environment. We cannot rule over the environment. We need to follow the rules of the nature. So please do follow the rules of the nature. Those who are not following, try to make them aware so that we can stop the bigger waves to come and engulf the living world. With this hope, I will start today's video. Today's video is just the third part of the topic that we are doing, environmental education. That means how to provide environmental education. In my previous videos, I discussed about formal and non-formal education. In this video, I will explain what exactly informal education is and how environmental education can be provided informally. So let us know little about the uh, 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 informal education. Before that, let me just remind you, you need to subscribe my channel, you need to share the videos, those who need the video, those who will get benefited from the video, and don't forget to like the video. Your support is very highly needed. Okay, let's start. As In case of formal education, we know that formal education is provided inside an educational environment like schools, college, universities, etc. And it must follow some structured curriculum. It must follow some structured framework. And in case of non-formal, we understood that the non-formal education can be provided outside the educational environment, but it must follow some structural framework. But in case of non-form informal education, neither of these two are required. It can be done away from the educational environment, and it is not very mandatory to follow any kind of that is curriculum. Okay, it can be provided anytime, anywhere, to any person. And here the objective and goal are set by the learner, and it bridges the gap between the formal education and the real life situation. See, whatever education we get formally inside the school, all those knowledges, until and unless applied in the real life situation, has of no value. So the gap is filled up by informal education. Whatever we learn inside the educational environment, that is implemented in the real life through informal education. Okay, and it's mainly driven by the conversation and interaction with the surroundings. And it is a very accidental, it's unintentionally people get to aware about various issues of environment by informal education. Okay, so one by one I have listed some points here, and one by one we will be discussing about various modes by which environmental education can be provided informally. So there is a very popular proverb that says that education starts at home. So same thing is applicable. That is a general proverb. Same thing is applicable specifically to environmental education also. So if a child is made environmentally aware from the very beginning of its life, that is more influential. Okay, that is more important, and that is more beneficial. How? Suppose if we take the COVID-19 situation into consideration, the children, those who are in their early stages of life, suppose 1.5 or 2 years old, they have conditioned with wearing mask, washing their hands repeatedly, with using sanitizers repeatedly, because they think that these are something normal. They have conditioned with such good habits. They know about COVID-19. They know that we should not go out to the public places without any precaution. But to adapt the same habits, in our case, it took time. Still, we feel uncomfortable with all such COVID appropriate behaviors, because at home from the beginning of their life they have seen all such things, and that thing become and they acquire all those things as their normal habits. The same way, if the children are made aware about various environmental issues at home from the very early stages of their life, they will be a very responsible citizen towards the environment. Along with environmental issues, if we make them know how to behave properly, how to be kind with other aspects of the other components of the environment, so many things, so many habits they can be made habituated at this stage, like saving of energy, saving of other natural resources like water, how to manage the wastes by making compost, how to but with the help of some games also they can be made aware about environment. There are some games that make them economically more efficient, how to how to be that help them to economically very what to say, economic management. All those things can be done at home. So home is and it is, all these things are done informally without following any specific curriculum. So that's how home is a very very important, or I can say the most important source of informal environmental education that can bring long lasting and permanent effect on an individual life. Okay, so that is very important. Some of you ask for notes, but notes makes the things very limited. By discussing the things in such a way, I feel that I can provide more information to you rather than giving some small notes. Okay, so you just listen to the video till end carefully and try to make your own notes, because along with these points, various examples are also I am citing, and you are I am trying to give you more informations by discussing the matters. Okay, now next is mass media, which is again a very important source of providing environmental education. We know that you all know that we traditionally there have been some tools, media tools like television, radio, newspapers, which have been spreading awareness among the people for various regarding various issues of environment, like climatic change, environmental protection, and various other issues. So nowadays, along with this print media like newspaper, magazines, some other social media, which is also known as new media, are also contributing highly to make people aware about various environmental issues. So I have listed some magazines here which are continuously, these are this new magazines are published on a regular basis, and that means put lights on various environmental issues and try to make people aware about various environmental issues. Okay, so like in case of radio, there are some programs like Kinare Kinare, Aao Dilli Saware. These are some programs that are motivated by the Ministry of Environment and Forest. Then, if you take the television into consideration, there are there are many channels like Discovery Channel, National Geographic Channel, Animal Planet. They broadcast exclusively on various issues of environment, like they broadcast about endangered species, wildlife species. Then Z Media they launch the fourth edition of India's biggest environment awareness initiative, that is My Earth, My Duty. So these are some programs are often telecast by various TV channels that are contributing immensely towards spreading environmental awareness among the mass. So that's how media has huge contribution. Along with this, radio, television, newspapers and magazine, the social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, all these social media are becoming much popular among all types of professionals like teachers, lecturers, and the students as a communication tool, and also they are contributing towards spreading environment awareness among the people. So that's how media also contributing hugely to provide environmental education informally. Okay, so next is, though I have already discussed about magazine, which is fall under the category of print media. You can categorize media, mass media, into various categories like audio visual media, print media, social media. Magazine comes under print media. So I have already discussed about some magazines also. They have huge contribution towards spreading environmental education informally. Next in the list is taboos. Here, the word taboo is can be used in a positive sense. Taboos are some social or religious custom prohibits or restrict a particular practice. So, such there are many such taboos that are specifically witnessed in the tribal or local people, those who feel for the surrounding, those who feel for the natural that is population in their surroundings, and always try to restrict or prohibit some acts against them. And this culture, such kind of restrictions or prohibition, it carries from one generation to another generation. That's how there are many such examples where some taboos that are corely inculcated in values in some local or tribal people, that contributed in the protection of various natural resources. And these people always try to educate their younger generation, so that the younger generation also contribute in the same way towards protection or conservation of some natural or environmental resources. Next is traditional and religious belief. The traditional and religious also beliefs are also some sort of sources by which environmental education can be provided informally the generations. Okay, like in our case, we believe that banyan tree are very sacred, and we always worship banyan tree. We worship tulsi plant, which is again our traditional or religious beliefs. Like there are other religions, those who have same sort of beliefs, and such beliefs are transmitted from generation to generation, and automatically we conditioned with such environment friendly attitude, so that we show our protective attitudes towards this specific kind of plants or animals, or not only in that is your tradition. If we are not, if we talk about other habits that make the environment very congenial, uh, like to be very undestructive, not to be destructive, to save people who are in need. So these are some, to feed people those who are suffering from starvation. So such kind of things also have positive impact on the environment. As I always say you, that environment is not something water, plant, animal, air, etc. Environment is something that is every environment is everything that is in our surrounding, who has influence on us, and we, that is a vice versa, we also have equal impact on them. So that's how, by practicing some traditional and religious belief environmentally, people can be educated, and informally environmental education can be provided informally. Okay, so we should practice good tradition and religious beliefs and taboos, so that we can bring some positive impact in our surroundings. We should not always criticize these things as orthodox, or these things as outdated things. There are so many such taboos and traditional beliefs who has brought positive changes in the environment, who have brought positive changes in the environment. So next in the list is the puppet shows. I think all of you are very, very well known about this. In Hindi, it's called as Nukkar Natak. What is done in various social fairs and all, people are educated, and that means informally related to various environmental issues, like during the recession period, how to come out from the recession period, how to save plants and animals, to make the balance in the environment, to protect ecosystem. All these things can be uh, done in a very, very interesting way, so that people those who are not these are that people those who are not very educated, those who are not very much concerned about environment, they can also be provided some education, and some changes can be brought in their habits, so that they can also contribute towards betterment of the environment. So puppet shows are very, very common in the rural areas, where rural peoples are often educated informally. Various organizations are there, those who follow such those who conduct some puppet shows to spread environmental awareness towards to the rural mass. So by puppet show also environmental education can be provided informally. Now I was little wrong here. Puppet shows are not called nukkar natak. Street theaters are called the nukkar natak, where the some dramas are done at the streets, which is very, very often seen, especially in some areas of our country, to make people that is politically aware, to make awareness about biological environment, to make aware about that means some social traditions that are harmful. So that's how, uh, especially young generation, they organize some that is drama that are performed on the street, so that they are without such proper venue, so that people uh, can easily that is see the dramas, and from the dramas they can make themselves aware about the various issues. Often mainly that is it is observed to make people aware nowadays, to make people specifically to make people aware about the political issues, to make people aware about various environmental issues. Nowadays it is often done in various parts of the country and in the world also. I have seen some such things that are practiced outside our country also. So that's how, with the help of street theater, environmental education can be provided to huge population, um, informally. Okay, so next in the list is community clubs. That is again very very important. Normally in the community clubs, people's there are many peoples, those who are educated, the peoples those who are high official, the people those who are environmentally, they are very, those who are very much concerned about the environment. They provide some that is activities. They often conduct some activity among the children of the society, among the ladies of the society, so that children can make aware about various environmental issues, like among the women also, make them aware about several health and hygienic issues. And men's are also provided education, that is in environmental educations related to that is politics, related to socio-economic culture. All these things can be done in the country clubs. Okay, these are mainly that is run by some eminent persons of the community. Then science fairs. These are again very very common in the school goers, or you can say the college goers also. What is done? The various exhibitions in the science fairs. Exhibitions are done by the school goers, as I said, that it can be done by the college goers also, where the exhibition is mainly related to some scientific topics. Those topics who are related to conservation, who are related to water harvesting, who are related to plantation, who are related to ecosystem, that is food chain, that how various that and about the conservation of natural resources, the pros and cons of the technological era. All these things are very well represented and exhibited by the students in the science fair. And the peoples, those who visit such fair, unconsciously or unintentionally, or you can as we say that in the beginning only we discussed that accidentally it happens. So accidentally they can be aware, or they can be acquainted with various environmental education. Okay, science fair also has very that is remarkable contribution towards providing environmental education informally. So now let's see what comes next. Next is the exhibitions. Just now whatever I said, in the science fairs, the exhibitions are mainly done on the scientific topics. But if we are talking about exhibition in general, there it is not mainly confined to some scientific topics. Some issues related to social structure, some issues related to socio-economic uh, situation, issues related to psychology, issues related to literature, because all these things has equal influence on the environment of an individual. So in when exhibitions are that is conducted in general, along with scientific topics, people get that is knowledge. people acquire knowledge about various aspects of the environment in general. So that's how exhibitions are also very important to provide environmental education informally. Next in the list is mobile exhibitions. Let me show you. I think most of you are acquainted with this. Most of you may visited such mobile exhibition. Uh, Actually, a mobile science exhibition, in short, MSE, mobile science exhibition, which is mainly an attempt of NCSM, National Council for Science Museum, to communicate science in the rural areas. These are some sort of exhibitions. These are designed inside some vehicles. It may be a train, it may be buses. Inside the buses, various and that is environmental issues are depicted very interestingly, and these vehicles move from one place to another and spread awareness among the people. And the first mobile science museum was launched by Birla Industrial and Technological Museum, which is in Calcutta in the year 1965. I personally visited one mobile exhibition that was in our that is state in Assam in the year 2004, and I was personally that is involved in that mobile science exhibition, where there are different departments of India government was there. There was DRDO. There was some all the bogies of the train was reserved for various sectors, like Ministry of Environment and Forest, then DRDO, then ISRO. All those sectors were there, and people were this. Though that train was mainly to make people aware about various sectors yeah, that is in that is government sectors. What are the things done in that sector? How to get job? Various personnel from various departments were there. Then that particular exhibition showed about the that is forest products that are very important in our day-to-day life, that people was made that the people were made with that exhibition about cultures of various parts of our country. So that's how the whole train was designed in such a interesting way, and throughout the day people used to visit and that is gather knowledge about various aspects. So that's how mobile exhibition is plays a very important role in providing environmental education informally. The rural, especially the children and the adults of the rural areas, can be easily that is made aware about various environmental issues through mobile exhibitions. Now, last but not the least is nature camp. I think many of you have heard about this. Nature camps are organized in the various natural environment, in the biosphere reserves, sometimes in the national parks also, where people are that is motivated to attend such camps so that they can be provided some knowledge related to nature. They can be made aware about the blessing of nature on us, how nature has gifted us with our lives. All those things can be done. So in our country, the nature camps programs are the initiative of the Ministry of Environment and Forest, where children of various age groups were often encouraged to attend such camp so that can experience nature, they can live in the vicinity of nature, they go close to the nature and experience huge knowledge about nature. And in such way, the it trigger the sensitivity of the children towards nature. They appreciate nature, they feel for conserving nature. So in 2014 there was a nature camp organized in collaboration with that is in partnership, you can say, World Wildlife Fund India and Ministry of Environment and Forest, where almost 1,000 students from 15 schools of the country participated in the nature camp, and they shared their experience, how they feel. And it was found that the children, those who have attended the nature camp, they, they enriched themselves with various knowledge related to the plant products, the forest products. They started feeling for the nature. So in such way, the knowledge related to environment can be enhanced in the various age group of people. So that's how nature camp also has huge contribution towards environmental education that can be provided informally. So that's all about today's video. I hope that I could share you share some knowledge with you related to informal environmental education. It's a request to you. Please do watch the video till end, and do like and share the video. And to get regular notification, please hit the bell icon. And all of you try to adopt some environment appropriate behavior, so that we can save us from that is being extinct from the world. So be very careful about yourselves. I'm winding up the video here with huge hope that you will show your support by subscribing and liking the channel, and also by sharing. So bye bye. Wish all your good health and safety.